Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Ara and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. For today's video, I'll be giving you a mid-March garden tour. A lot has been going on in the garden. We had a major storm last night and I came out. It was beautiful in the garden. So let's get started. First up are these beautiful cherry daffodils. If you remember, I planted these bulbs back in late September and early October. And I got these from Lowe's. I bought several types of daffodils. I bought one which just had a big bag of like 50 and it had a mix. So I didn't know exactly what type of daffodil that was. But I also went about and bought some King Alfreds, and I also bought some Ice Follies, and every last one of them came up, guys. I'm really happy how it turned out. Back here, as you can see, it's closer to the ditch, so back here is that famous ditch I always talk about, and it's way more clay. I mean, super clayey here. So I had to really get inventive and get this pine bark soil conditioner that I use when I dig every hole in my yard. I put even more here because I knew, one, they're a bulb, and two, it's clay. So the bulb would have a hard time really, underneath there. So I really made sure I helped that bulb to be good, and so it won't rot or anything. And I'm so happy every last one of them came up. So here's a close-up of some of them. There's one right here. Now, we had a major storm last night, so a lot of them are kind of, they're actually pointing down, but they are quite fine. I'm really happy. Here's a beautiful one here. This is gorgeous, guys. I came to daffodils late. I really did. Because at first I used to be like, I don't know about daffodils. But then I really started to really appreciate them when I realized that they can actually help me in the garden. Because you know who? The critters, they don't mess with the daffodils because it's not good for them. So they don't mess with it. But they are looking great. Very happy about that. On my property line, right where that ditch is, I actually have some forsythia. Don't talk about them that much because it's in the back of the ditch, and I need to really prune these things this year. The thing with forsythia is that you want to prune them after their bloom. They do bloom right now. Here we are in the middle of March, and they don't last long. So once they're done blooming, I will cut them back. But they are very reliable here for me. This is one of the things that actually, when I bought the house, one of the plants that was here, it was actually this big bush here that I actually divided up and kind of used to make a little line for the ditch. But I don't know what type of forsythia it is. I just know that it's here and it blooms early in the season, and then it blooms first, then it actually adds its foliage, and then it's like that for the rest of the season until it loses its leaves. My Jane magnolia is blooming as well. This is one of the trees that I met here when I bought this house, and every year it has put on quite a show. This guy here is not a very long bloomer. It actually was budded up earlier on in the season. It got zapped when we had all those colder temperatures, but it's bounced back and it's looking great. This is a Jane magnolia, also referred to as the Japanese magnolia. Also looking great in the garden is the Chinese snowball viburnum. It's all budded up and it's going to bloom really nice in the spring. It does have residual blooms in the fall, but spring is where you see its real beauty. It has these huge snowball size flowers, guys. I can't wait to show you when it finally blooms. But right now it's looking all green, but it should start blooming in April. My Japanese maples are leafing out. I'm so happy that they are doing healthy. Doing really great. This particular one here is, I think it's called Red Sunset. No, this one is called Winter Red. Winter Red. And then over here, I have another one that I believe is Oregon Sunset. Right here. Also leafing out. These are in containers and one's gonna stay in containers. And of course, you see my evergreen wintergreen boxwoods are looking great, guys. Look how they're putting on new growth. They are really happy after I moved them from where they were. Look at that. Really nice. I love the wintergreen boxwoods. I prefer it over the Japanese boxwoods. I feel like it grows faster and it doesn't, it just does well in the part sun area. Here's that long garden bed in the back of the yard. Everything looks great. All the perennials are starting to wake up in some form or fashion, some faster than others. But I haven't had to report on something that didn't make it yet, so we'll see later on in the season. And then here's that front bed. Roses are putting on foliage. My Veronicas are coming back, those three little green guys here. And of course, you know what this is. This is obviously sedum, autumn joy. My daisies never really went to sleep. And then my Beyond Midnight Bluebeard is looking great. That came back. These are my Asiatic lilies. They have been coming out with a vengeance. This one particular one, I believe, is Cancun. And then just like everything's just coming to life. The Autumn Joy sedum mound is getting bigger and bigger every day. So that's exciting. Daylilies are one of the most reliable perennials in my yard, and they really do show off. Now, I know a lot of folks don't like them, but they have been really doing well for me. They come in all kinds of colors. They look great. Here is my Blue Sea Holly Eryngium. All coming back. Very happy to see this. I had pruned back my Canyon Creek Abelia, but it is coming back with a vengeance, and I'm loving it. This is one, people don't talk about this a lot, but Canyon Creek Abelia is one of the most pollinator attracting plants in this yard. Here's another bed of daylilies. These ones is a combination of Stella de Oro and another type of daylily, and they're really reliable for me, guys. In this bed, I have on the outer end is the daylilies, and then internally right here you have the Blue Magic Dutch Iris, and in the middle I have my ever reliable Blue Point Juniper. This obviously is an evergreen, and it is a conifer. Over here I have my roses. They have all come back with, you know, looking really great. These are the Walmart roses that I love to talk about so much. My rose bed is looking great. This is the newest bed in the entire garden. And in here, I'm still working on it, but I had to make sure that I mulched it before it kind of went away with weeds and everything. But in here, I have my ever reliable Encore azaleas. I have 3 of them in here, and then I actually added some daylilies. Again, I moved some daylilies from where they were and put them here so that this area here can have a little bit more life. Another one of the original beds, looking great. This is mostly evergreens, but there are a lot of things still haven't come out yet. My agapanthus, my Queen Mum agapanthus hasn't come out yet, but daisies are poking out, and coneflowers, and yarrow. Here we have this beautiful guy here. This is Pancake Arborvitae. Really nice. It doesn't get that big, and it does look that brown in the winter, but it's going to turn back green. This is Rose Creek Abelia. Clearance plants as well. And of course, my trusted Sunshine Ligustrums. On this end here is where I have some more daffodils. Now, here's a sign of all that wind, guys. If you're in Georgia, especially North Georgia, we had a major storm last night. I mean, it was howling all night last night. It was pouring down. It was really, really scary. And I was hoping, oh my goodness, like when I wake up in the morning, I was hoping that everything was where it was supposed to be. And surprisingly, nothing got damaged, nothing got, messed up. But it was a major storm last night for us, guys. And these daffodils are absolutely beautiful. Look at this, guys. Look at that beauty. Here's another one right here. Really, really nice. Look exactly like they looked in the pictures. And most of these are lying down. But aren't they gorgeous? Really, really nice. Also blooming in the March garden are the snow surfer Candy Tuft. These bloom in the spring and sometimes in the fall. Not as prolific as now, but they are such a sight for sore eyes. These beautiful, nice white blooms on these super green foliage is really, really looking nice. I have 3 of these that I'm pretty sure I bought this. This was a Monrovia brand, the Snow Surfer version, and it has done really, really well for me. I've got another type of lily. This one is likely Presidente or a stargazer. It looks different from the Asiatics, that's coming out. That's the first lily that I've seen Oriental that's come up. More daylilies because I love them so much. And I actually bought some other ones, so I'm excited to see if they look the way they're supposed to look. Because a lot of my daylilies are yellow, and I wanted to branch out and have more pink and all kinds of colors and oranges and stuff. So stay tuned for possibly May's video where it will show you even more of the daylilies. Further down is my part shade to shade garden. I had these ornamental kales in a container. I took them out and put them in the ground. These, I'm just waiting for them to bolt. They have a beautiful yellow bloom when they do bolt. And then otherwise, it's just these guys here, hydrangeas waking up. These are my ever reliable hydrangeas. These are the ones that defoliate, and you cannot, well, you're not supposed to really prune them, too early. You prune them after they're done blooming. This one is Bloomstruck by Endless Summer. Otherwise, here we have these beautiful coral bells, also known as heuchera. And then I have these beauties here. These are hellebore, also known as Lenten rose. This one here is the Ice and Roses series. This one here I recently bought, actually. This one is Frost Kiss Moondance. And this one is supposed to be, and even though you see how they look alike, and that's the thing I noticed with a lot of the hellebores, they look so close. So you're thinking it's one variety, but I bought these from Home Depot. It says that this one here was Frost Kiss Moondance, and this one was the Ice and Roses Pacoti. And then the ones that I had bought from my county's annual sale, the ones that I bought in a small or very small, these are actually blooming as well. Though I don't know what variety they are because they didn't really label them when I bought them. But I think I have enough hellebore. It's not a lot, and I know some folks love hellebores, but I think 6 hellebores is a good thing for my garden. They bloom in the winter and the early spring. They're pretty long bloomers too. Here's a beauty here. This is the lungwort. Now I have another lungwort, in the front yard that actually is blooming more prolific than that. But I'm so happy this is blooming because when I found these at Home Depot, I was very excited. But I think I had them in too much sun, and they were really struggling. So I think this year they'll be fine. Also blooming in the garden, guys, is my patio peach. This is the bonfire that I've had for several years, and it has given me peaches. I got peaches that I could actually eat from it last year for the first time because the critters were getting to them before me. But this year, it's looking great. It's coming out. It's on time. It's flowering. Behind all these flowers should be little fruits sooner or later. And it's looking healthy. My patio peach is in a container. It's going to stay there because I just don't have any way to put it in the yard. Also wanted to show you a couple more things. This is just my little setup here. These are all my jump starting stuff that I showed you earlier on in the season. This is all my plants that I jump started. These are the lilies, these are the dahlias, these are the leotris and the peonies and the all kinds of stuff that's in here. And so I have them protected because I have a problem with the chipmunks and the squirrels. They just dig up my stuff. So I kind of have a little protection. Even though they still find a way to get through it, it's better than not actually having any protection. My Yoshino cherry is finally beginning to leaf out. I thought it was going to leaf out faster than this. I hope the plant is healthy. I already transplanted it and put it in a container where it's going to stay. And this guy here was $36.98, but as you remember, I got this half off at my Lowe's, and it's really nice. I'm not going to do any pruning to it until next year, but I wanted to leaf out and see how it looks. But this is the garden, guys. This is what I'm seeing in the middle of March. It's always exciting to come outside after a major storm to see because, that's when the plants respond. They respond when they get a lot of water, a lot of rainwater. And no matter how much we water them with water from out of our taps and stuff or from out of our hoses, there's nothing like rainwater, and it just does something to the plants, guys. So this is the garden. Let me know what you think. Let me know how your garden is doing in the middle of March. Did you suffer that storm? Is anything damaged? Or if you're not in the Georgia area, how is it going in your area? A lot of folks are beginning to probably see things that are waking up. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Remember, hit that notification bell so you can be alerted in all my new videos. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.